Good afternoon, dear students. Welcome back to English session. In the present story of Karna, in non-detailed section, this is day fourth. Friends, in the previous session we have discussed about Karna goes to Parshurama. Why he goes there? Because he goes as a Brahmin there, in the disguise of a Brahmin. He goes to him and he asks him to teach him Brahmastra, right? And he teaches him the Brahmastra, right? That is all we have discussed. And then when he comes to know that he is not a Brahmin, then he gives him a curse that you will not be able to use the Brahmastra anymore, isn't it? Then he goes to Bhishma. When he comes to know about Bhishma's injuries, he goes to Bhishma, and then Bhishma requests him not to fight with Pandavas because he tells him the truth that Karna is a son of Kunti and Surya, so he is a brother of Pandavas and he should better make friendship with Pandavas instead of fighting with them. But he protests by saying that he has eaten the salt of Duryodhana and he would not be able to cheat Duryodhana, that would be unfair. Then Bhishma, who is lying on the deathbed, he thinks for a moment and then he says, "Okay, you can do what you wish," right? Because he cannot force. He don't want to force Karna to cheat Duryodhana, right? And be friend with the Pandavas. Okay. Now we are going to study about the death of our hero, that is Karna. So why he dies? There are certain reasons. The one reason is that curse given by Parshurama, right? You know it very well, isn't it? And also he has given his earrings and armor. That is also the main cause of his defeat. He's so brave, he's so gallant, he's so dauntless. Let us see what happens to him. The princess of the Kaurava army installed Karna as generalissimo. Generalissimo means a general who is leading combined army. They appointed him as a general, right? Generalissimo means general of the army. They made him knight of the army or main leader of the army, right? Because he was so brave. Karna stood up in his gorgeous war chariot. Gorgeous war chariot means, gorgeous means very splendid, very decorative, very beautiful. He stood up in his chariot. This is driven by Salya. Salya is the charioteer of Karna. The dauntless confidence of his bearing and his great renown as a warrior heartened the Kauravas. Heartened means children, take encouraged, stimulated the Kauravas. And his renown means his fame. He is very famous warrior, right? And his bearing, the way he is dressed, the way the way he expresses his confidence, that all things really made Kauravas very happy. They were excited to see Karna ready for the battle because they are sure that Karna would definitely win the battle, and he has been declared already as a king of Anga, right? Then followed a great battle. The son of Surya, who is son of Surya? Obviously Karna, sent a dazzling arrow. Dazzling means that is very shining, flaming, you can say, which is spat fire. Spat is a past tense of spit. Spitting, you know that? Omitting, right? A dragon is omitting the fire, am I right? Like that. It is spitting fire and made for Arjuna. Like a serpent with its flaming double tongue out. Children, you might have seen Mahabharata, Ramayana, you might have seen that how they were they were sending the Brahmastra or different weapons, right? And you might have seen that they were like serpent, snake like weapons. They were emitting the fire, right? They had the supernatural powers, my dear friend. Now it is not possible, but in the olden times, right? These warriors, they were well versed. They were mastered the weapons, right? And some mantras, and because of that they were able to send these types of astras. Then Krishna, see, the astra is sent to Arjuna, right? It can kill Arjuna any moment, but who is there to save Arjuna? Arjuna's charioteer is Krishna, Lord Krishna. Everyone knows about Lord Krishna, right? God Krishna. Arjuna charioteer at the nick of time means at very right moment. If he wouldn't be there, Arjuna would have been killed. He pressed the vehicle down 5 fingers deep in the mud. Why he pressed the vehicle deep in the mud? Because he wanted to save his Arjuna's head, so that the serpent shaft means weapon, children, just missed Partha's head but struck off his helmet. Actually, luckily, that weapon struck Partha means here, children, Arjuna, isn't it? Already I have discussed about this. And shaft means weapon. Why he pressed the that chariot deep in the mud? Because he wanted to save Arjuna's life. Shook off his, what happened to him? Then Arjuna was red with shame and anger, and he fixed a dart on his bow to make an end of Karna. Children, now listen what happens. Arjuna was red with shame and anger because he felt very ashamed, and he fixed a dart on his bow. Dart on his bow means arrow to his bow and arrow, everyone, to make an end of Karna. And Karna's fated hour was come. Karna was already cursed that he would die at the hand of Arjuna or Pandavas, you can say. His bow to make an end of Karna, and Karna's fated hour was come, and as had been foretold means already it was predicted. The left wheel of his chariot suddenly sank into the blood mire. Mire means, children, mud, you can say, wet. Already the battle was going on, many warriors have lost their lives, everywhere there was a river of blood, and because of the blood, the soil had turned into mud, and that mud, his one left wheel of his chariot suddenly got into the mud. He jumped down on the ground to lift the wheel up from the mud. Children, now what's going to happen? Listen. As he came down, he has left his weapons probably in the chariot. So he is now unarmed, without any weapon. So Arjuna can easily kill him. But do you think, was it right according to Dharma? This was not right according to Dharma. Dharma says that you cannot attack on the person without weapons. You should give him the weapon, and then you can start the battle. Wait a minute, he cried. Who cried? Karna cried. My chariot has sunk in the ground. Great warrior as you are, and knowing dharma as you, dharma means duty. Actually, the dharma word tells about duty, dharma. Right? It is our dharma. You say dharma means our duty. As you do, you would certainly not take unfair advantage of this accident. I shall present, what he says, that you are not going to, I shall presently set my car right and give you all the battle you want, and give me time, because this is an accident. My wheel has struck in the mud, and you cannot take disadvantage of this accident, and you cannot hit arrow towards me. This is unfair. Don't you remember of dharma? You are great warrior. Children, that time when Karna is speaking about dharma, Karna already did not follow dharma. He had been very unjust with Draupadi, right? And even with Yudhishthira. You will come to know by the words of Krishna. Arjuna hesitated. Arjuna hesitated. Hesitate means you're confused what to do. Arjuna actually was hesitated because he also thought that it is not fair to attack Karna because he had got down of the chariot. Karna was now somewhat perturbed. Perturbed means disturbed. My dear friends, take the meanings of these new words. Perturbed means disturbed, right? On account of the mishap means accident. He remembered the curse that had been pronounced on him and again appeared to Arjuna's sense of honor. Then, my dear friends, Karna was little disturbed. He remembered why this is happening with him because of the curse only. Otherwise, why his wheel struck in the mud? Because that is because of the curse given by Parshurama, right? Krishna intervened. Krishna spoke in the middle. Krishna, who is the charioteer of Arjuna, he is reminding Karna of his duties. Ha Karna, he exclaimed. He spoke to Karna. It is well that you too remember that there are things like fair play. Then Krishna laughed at him and said, "Oh, you're talking about fair play. Fair play means justice. Right, children? You're speaking about justice, right? That is great that you remember now. Now that you are in difficulty, you remember them indeed. Indeed means really you remember them because you are in trouble. But when you and Duryodhana and Dushasana and Sakuni, right, dragged Draupadi to the hall of assembly and insulted her, how was it? You forgot them utterly? Utterly means completely. Children, Krishna is reminding Karna, you along with Duryodhana, Dushasana and Sakuni, these are the villains, right? You dragged Draupadi. Draupadi is the wife of Pandava brothers, am I right? You insulted her. You might have read about the incident that Draupadi was insulted there, right? It was very shameful act, you can say. So that time you did not remember dharma. Now you remember dharma. This is a question asked by Krishna. He reminds him the wrong things Karna had done to the helpless people. He did not, he had taken disadvantage of their innocence, their helplessness, and now he is remembering of dharma. You helped inveigle. Inveigle means cheated, forced to do by giving some false promises, right? That is the meaning of the inveigle. You helped inveigle Dharmaputra. Children, who is Dharmaputra? Do you know? Yudhishthira is also called as Dharmaputra. Like I told you, Partha. Arjuna is called as Partha. So Yudhishthira, here Dharmaputra is Yudhishthira, right? You cheated Dharmaputra Yudhishthira, who was fond of play, who fond of playing gambling. You know, gamble means jua, a kind of jua, you know, where you lose your money, you lose your property, or you may win it, right? And he was fond of play but was unskilled at it. He was not skilled at it, and you cheated him. Do you remember that? To gamble, he was unskilled at it to gamble. He was not a good gambler, and you cheated him. It is Karna who you cheated. Yudhishthira, you cheated. You insulted Draupadi. Where had your fair play hidden itself then, and where was your fair play that time? You're talking about the humanity, you're talking about the fair play, you're talking about the honesty. Where was your honesty gone? Where had your honesty been gone when you cheated these people? This is a straight question, straightforward question asked to Karna by Krishna, right? Was it fair play to refuse to give to Yudhishthira his kingdom when, according to the pledge, the 12 years of forest life and the 13th year incognito were duly completed? Incognito means hiding one's own identity. Incognito means hiding one's true identity. Children, it was actually Yudhishthira went for 12 years in the forest. He hid his identity. That time, as per the promise, you would have given him his kingdom, but you did not do that. And that time, did you not think about the fair play, right? So many things Karna had done wrong because of Duryodhana, right? Because of Duryodhana, he behaved very wrongly with his brothers, my dear friends, isn't it? So 12 years of forest life and the 13th year incognito were duly completed. What had happened to the dharma you appeal for now? Then what does he say? What happened to the dharma you are appealing now? Where had your dharma gone? So friends, dharma means your duty. Dharma means your kartavya. Dharma means uh, your good things actually, right? You are doing very good to the people. That is dharma. Then you conspired. What is the meaning of the word conspired? Conspired means you made a secret plan. You conspired with the wicked men who sought to poison and kill Bhima, and you also tried to kill Bhima by giving him a poison. But thanks God, Bhima survived. So, how many wrong things you have done with Pandava brothers? You have not behaved properly with Draupadi. You tried to kill Bhima. You cheated Yudhishthira in the gambling. You acquiesced. Children, what is meaning of the word acquiesced? You have you have accepted without protest. You have acquiesced in the plot to burn the Pandavas alive when sleeping in the palace of wax into which they had been lured. Children, remember this well. Plot means plan. You had made a plan to burn Pandava brothers when they were sleeping in a wax house, palace of wax, and you wanted to burn them. Wax burns very easily, am I right, children? And you wanted to burn them because they had been lured, means they had been attracted to that palace and they were sleeping there. That time you attempted to murder them, you attempted to burn them alive. What had happened to Dharma all that time? What did Dharma tell you when violent hands were laid on Draupadi and you were looking on enjoying the sight? Did you not then mock at her, saying, your husbands have left you unprotected, go and marry another husband? The tongue that was not ashamed to utter those words now talks of chivalry. Children, listen carefully. When Draupadi was insulted, the mean people touched her, they tried to insult her. Then you told her that your husbands, who are her husbands? Draupadi's husbands are five Pandavas. And you told her that your husbands have left you unprotected, go and marry another husband. So it was very shameful act you have done with Draupadi. Also, you tried to burn the Pandava brothers. And when the people misbehaved with Draupadi, you enjoyed that scene, you enjoyed that sight. That time you mocked at her. Mocking means making fun of someone, children. Mock at, right? Make a sentence. And the word chivalry is read as chivalry. Chivalry means your nobility, right? Your ideal qualities of human beings. Ideology, you can say. Philosophy. Chivalry means your greatness, huh? And now you are talking about great qualities of a human being. You are talking about dharma. You are talking about chivalry. Where had your chivalry been when you did all the wrongs with the Pandavas and Draupadi? Then chivalry indeed, when a mob of youths surrounded the young Abhimanyu and shamelessly slew him. You have killed Abhimanyu. Have you heard about Abhimanyu who was killed? Right? You have slew him, slay, S-L-A-Y, slay. Slay means to cut into pieces, and slew means kill, murder, you can say. When the mob, you killed Abhimanyu, that time, wicked man, do not talk of chivalry and fair play, for you have never honored them, and now you don't deserve mercy, because you never followed chivalry, you never followed the dharma. Then how do you expect others to follow dharma for you? So it is very inhuman from your side, and you will definitely have to pay for what you have done, right? So these are the words of Krishna. Krishna is very straightforward. He challenged him, right? Friends, when Krishna was denouncing him in this manner, denouncing means making him feel insulted, right? Or he was speaking to him in this manner in order to urge Arjuna to prompt action. Actually, why he was saying these all things, why he was reminding all the crimes of Karna, so that Arjuna should be prompted to kill him. Arjuna should be stimulated to kill him, forced to kill him, because Arjuna was not ready to kill him because it was against Dharma. But Krishna reminded him. Karna bent his head in shame and uttered not a word. Karna felt very ashamed because he realized his mistake before his death. He silently ascended the chariot, leaving the wheel still stuck in the mud, and took his bow and sent an arrow to Arjuna at Arjuna with uttering aim and such power that it stunned him for a moment. Actually, he left that field there itself in the mud. He went to his chariot. He took arrow and sent towards Arjuna, chanting some mantra, right? But children, do you think he was able to recite all the mantras? Was he able to remember all the mantras? Karna utilized the respite one. Respite means he thought that now he has got some relaxation, rest, to jump down again and hurriedly tried to lift the chariot wheel up. He thought that Arjuna is still not going to hit him, so he again went down and he again tried to lift the wheel, because once the wheel is lifted, he will be able to move faster. But the curse was so too strong for him, and fortune had deserted the great warrior. Deserted means the fortune had left him alone. His good luck is not with him. The curse is very great that the wheel could not move an inch. Budge means move. What is the meaning of budge? Budge means move. Right? Then he tried to recall the mantras of mighty Astra. Astra means, I told you that. Astra means like weapons. Huh? He had learned from Parshurama, but his memory failed in the hour of his need, even as Parshurama had foretold. Parshurama already predicted, already cursed him that he will not be able to use the mantra, right? Brahmastra, because he had learned the Brahmastra. Imagine if he would have remembered the mantras, then he would be able to at least protect himself from Arjuna. But his good luck is very is not I'm not saying good luck, but he's very unfortunate, you can say. Is very unlucky that his death had come very close and is helplessly waiting for the death now. Waste no more time, Arjuna, cried Madhava. Madhava is another name for Krishna, right? Send your shaft and slay your wicked enemy. Slay means pierce his body, cut his body, make the arrow go through his body. He is your enemy and don't waste your time. Krishna, Madhava is the name of Krishna, Arjuna charioteer. And Arjuna's mind was wavering. Arjuna's mind was still not stable. He was still thinking that uh, he was in a dilemma, you can say. He was not ready. He was hesitating. His hand hesitated to do what was not chivalrous. Chivalrous means it was against the chivalry. It was against the nobility. It was against the good qualities. It was against the philosophy of war. But when Krishna said this, the poet says, Arjuna accepted this command of the Lord and sent an arrow which cut and severed the head of the Radhe. Children, Radhe is, again, you may don't get confused. I told you that these are the names. Radhe is another name for Karna, children, isn't it? So what did he do? He sent an arrow, and Karna also had Vasusena name and Angaraja. Raja, Vasusena, Radheya, Karna. These are all names of Karna only. So here Radheya means Karna and Madhava means Krishna. So children, unfortunately, the arrow severs his head from his body. Sever means separates his, cut through his head. His head is separated from his body by Arjuna. Whose head? Karna's head. So the chapter is Karna's death. The poet had not the heart to impute this act to Arjuna. Impute means put responsibility, to give the credit. The poet has not given the credit of Karna's death to Arjuna, who was the embodiment of nobility, because Arjuna always had behaved nobly with everyone. He never cheated anyone. But here Arjuna had to cheat Karna. He had to break the rule of dharma. Right? So the poet who has written the poem that Mahabharata and Ramayana, these are epics. Epics means great poems. Long narrative poems are called as epics, isn't it? So embodiment means symbol of nobility, symbol of, right? Another meaning is abstract concept of nobility. It was the Lord Krishna that incited Arjuna to kill Karna. Incited means forced, excited, motivated Arjuna to kill Karna when he was vainly trying to raise his chariot out of the mud in which it had stuck. Actually, Karna was unaware, Karna was carefree, Karna was not paying attention to Arjuna. That time Arjuna hit him, and actually, this is not a good thing according to warfare, isn't it? According to the code of honor and laws of war prevailing then, it was wholly wrong. Actually, according to the honor and laws of the war, it was totally a wrong action done by Arjuna. But who made him to do that? Krishna made him to do that because Karna deserved that kind of death, isn't it? Because Karna too had behaved rudely, he had broken the laws, right? Who could bear the responsibility for breaches of dharma? Breaches means breaking of dharma, except the Lord Himself. Then who? Krishna is a Lord, He is a God. Can we blame Him for breaking the rule because He has made the rules? Then who should be blamed? The question mark is there. And the story ends there with a question mark. Children, what did you learn from the story? In the story, I hope you learned that however brave you are, you must follow dharma, you must follow some ethics. Dharma means ethics, and if you are not following the ethics, you will have to face the punishment, right? So here you study that it was Krishna who was there to support Arjuna. Otherwise Arjuna wouldn't have broke dharma, he wouldn't have broke the ethics of war, and he wouldn't have killed Karna so easily. So Krishna was there to assist him, to guide him, right? So this is the end of Karna's life, our protagonist, our hero. So after reading this, I hope your hearts will be touched. You are in a state of heart wrenching, I'm sure. So friends, study the epics, read them, right? And complete the question answers, exercise question answers at the back of the lesson, right? Thank you for watching my video. Have a wonderful day.